Hello everybody, this is SeetherTalks and welcome to another installment of my SeetherTalks series here on YouTube. Today I want to discuss something that has been on my mind immensely for the past week. And deep down, I've been feeling pretty unsure about making this video because of two specific reasons. The first reason is because I was really worried about it not being okay to reveal too much about myself to my audience. And the second reason is because I felt that I would end up coming off as overdramatic or manipulative, which is usually given to people who make type of videos like this, such as coming out videos and such. But I've decided that I will be making this video because I feel it would be both healthy for me to vent it, plus I feel that it could also help any of you guys watching who are also going through the same thing as I'm going through. So with all that cleared out of the way, I will just right now get into this kind of personal topic that I'm kind of uncomfortable with doing. But let's just get on into it then, shall we? Oh boy. So for the rest of this video, it's not going to be scripted. It's going to be me just, improving what I'm going to be saying, because I really had a lot of trouble writing down what I was going to really say for this part of the video, because it's just really hard to get these personal thoughts out and on paper. But to get straight to the point, my major problem is that I personally have a really big problem with comparing myself to other people. And I know that a lot of people might say like, oh, that's normal for quite a bit of people. And yes, it is. But for me specifically, I feel like this is probably one of the biggest problems that I'm going through right now. And I feel like it's really a big problem for me personally because of the fact that I feel like it's really affecting my level of happiness within my own life and also kind of affecting the relationships I have with other people. And whenever I do compare myself, for the most part, it's always me ending up putting myself below them. And it's kind of organized in a way to where it's mostly always designed to where I'm going to be putting myself down. And I'm not exactly sure what really caused the case for that. Maybe it's just that I have set a really high standard for myself or so, or maybe I have a problem with wanting to be perfect. But still, I really can't put into words what the exact cause of it all is. Maybe it was something that developed when I was younger or so, but I do remember that throughout my whole life so far, my 19 years of being alive, I have been doing this completely, and I still do it to this day. But the reason as to why I bring it up today is because I feel that there are definitely a lot of things going on in my life right now that I cherish, and I want to strive and achieve certain goals in my life, but I feel that with the fact of me comparing myself so many times to other people, like virtually all the time, it causes me to really kind of like cripple my abilities in a way. And it kind of does affect my, success levels and reaching my goals and such. And it does really hurt because even though it might just be me seeing things and I might not actually have this whole thing affecting me achieving certain goals, it does still come with the pain and feeling of like a loser because of it. And it is true, I honestly do feel like a loser a lot of the times because of the fact that I'm constantly comparing myself to other people and feeling like as if I'm not as good as a certain person or as a certain person I care about or a certain thing, or the way how I produce something is not as good as how another person produces the same thing. And as you can see, it really does make your mind feel like complete chaos. And I also won't lie that back then when I did it, it also led to a more so extreme case of me committing self-harm, which is something I'm not proud of, that I won't deny did happen. And it's not something that I'm proud of, but I don't, ignore the fact that it happened. So I will say I'm glad that today I don't really commit to that as much as I used to. But still, me comparing myself to others really has affected my livelihood really bad because it really does, demotivate you to do a lot of things. That's kind of why at times on this channel you seem like, there's a huge lack of videos at certain areas. Like there goes like a whole week or 2 weeks without me uploading videos because there literally is like so much, demotivation with me comparing myself to other people and a couple other things that to where I just don't have the motivation to make any videos. And also I want to get into me comparing myself in terms of YouTube. I used to do this, but now I'm seriously working on not doing it anymore. It's, comparing myself to other YouTubers where I feel like, oh, this person has way more subscribers than I do, or oh, this person gets way more views than I do, or oh, this person has a better like to dislike ratio than I do, or oh, this person, has a better editing software than I do, or their videos are more well edited and well made and they can talk better in their videos, and it drives you crazy. It really does. And I don't just do that with YouTube. I do that with like all walks of life pretty much. But with enough of me venting about my own personal problems with this, I do want to also make the other purpose of this video, besides venting, to also hopefully give a shout out to the people who are watching this video that also go through the same thing. And it's always weird because when I compare myself to other people, I don't tend to do that for the other ones. I try to motivate other people, but when it comes to myself, I don't try to motivate myself as much, which is something I really need to work on. And also, if you're watching this video and you go through the same problem of comparing yourself like I do, I want you to know that I don't want you to do that. And you probably don't want me to do that, but yet you still do it for yourself. You see the trick you do? Like you try to motivate everyone but yourself. And the reason why you do that is because you're a really nice person, except you're not nice to yourself at all. And the people who are watching this that go through this, as well as myself, have to work on that. Because if you don't work on bettering yourself and you constantly are just trying to be what other people are like and don't focus on doing what makes you happy and being happy with the way that you are, you're never going to be happy for the rest of your life. Which is also something I have to value a lot more, which is time, since I'm out of school now. I'm an adult now. I got bills to pay. I pretty much just realized that time is very valuable. And now that 1/3 of my whole life is over, I gotta like try to be happy for the last 2/3 of it, because the first third wasn't happy at all. So I really, really, really do beg for people who are watching this video right now that, along with me, just try not being so hard on yourself, and do not compare yourself to other people at all. Because there are so many things I want to do with my life that if I don't work on this and if I don't get better with this, then I probably am sure that I will not be able to do those things. And I don't mean to use the whole YOLO trend, because I know it's really ridiculous, but it is true that you really do only have one life to live, and you shouldn't be living it sad. You should be living it happily, because, you know, that's all you got. So I guess my best word of advice that I've learned that I've been trying to work with as well is to try to view things from another person's point of view, because usually when you're someone that compares yourself to other people a lot, you tend to have kind of a skewed viewpoint of reality, and you start to believe things that aren't actually real about yourself. Pretty much just saying like, oh, if you think you're a horrible person, you think you're not as good as anyone else, that's just not true, and it's just your reality being warped. I'm pretty sure my own reality is warped in that sense as well. So another thing I would recommend is, like, if you do start noticing when you are comparing yourself to other people, just immediately stop doing that and try focusing on something else, because I do hear that helps a lot, and it can train your brain not to do that as much. Also, if you're not diagnosed with anything, then I would recommend maybe go, like, checking professionals to see if, like, you have depression or things of that nature that can cause, these comparisons to extreme extents. And also the last thing I would do is just talk to people, like vent to people about it, or just do something that helps you vent out your emotions, like write down something, make something that helps get your feelings out there. Like, you can be through a painting or music or writing or like dancing, maybe. I've heard of vent fursuit dancing, so that's a thing. But yes, just know that that's all I would recommend doing. I really, really, really don't want you to continue doing that, because I'm doing the same thing as well, and I know it's not fun. It's horrible. So that's all I really got to say. I'm sorry if this video seems really off for how I usually am, if you don't usually see me in this type of state, but I just wanted to get this out there to hopefully also help out you guys as well. So that's all I have to say for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting that like button to further help out my channel, as well as subscribing if you have not already to further help me out as well. I've been SeetherTalks, and I will see you guys next time. Remember to love yourself and stay awesome. So, goodbye, everyone.